How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the stream. It's your boy Adam here live on Couch Sports Football. The Premier League started today with a 4-2 victory for Arsenal against Aston Villa, that put them on the top of the table. There were a few 3 p.m. games, ladies and gentlemen, one of which Nottingham Forest against Manchester City, and Nottingham Forest come away with a draw in that game, which means they sit second. Manchester City and Arsenal are now back on top of the Premier League. But the Premier League isn't over just yet, because we have Newcastle United taking on Liverpool here at the St. James's Park. Who comes out on top? We'll have to wait and see. Kai Street, my brother there in the chat, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Eddie Howe has picked Nick Pope in goal. Kieran Trippier, Fabian Schär, Sven Botman and Dan Burn are your Newcastle defenders. It's a midfield three of Sean Longstaff, Joe Linton and Elliot Anderson comes into the squad today. Miguel Almiron, Alexandre Isak and Alan San Maximan are your front three for Newcastle. It's a 4-3-3 formation. Very, very attacking minded by Eddie Howe. Let's see what Liverpool are doing. They've got Alisson in goal. It's a defense back four of Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joe Gomez, Virgil van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Jordan Henderson, Fabinho and Stefan are your midfield three. Mohamed Salah, Cody Gakpo and Darwin Nunez are your front three. (4-3-3). Kelleher, Milner, Keita, Firmino, Elliott, Jota, Tsimikas, Matip and Phillips are the bench here for Liverpool. It's Newcastle taking on Liverpool live here on Couch Sports Football. Who comes out on top, ladies and gentlemen? Let's find out. Sven Botman, unbeaten in 20 previous Premier League appearances, 11 clean sheets. Fabinho scored first Liverpool goal in a 4-0 win victory against Newcastle back in December 2018. A huge game here in the Premier League. Woo-wee! Before the game starts, the players gather on the centre circle to pay their respects. The news that broke overnight, early morning, Christian Atsu, who passed away in the earthquake over in Turkey. His body has been found. It has been identified. Christian Atsu, 1992. Wow, you're younger than me. Wow. Unfortunately lost his lives like so many other over in the earthquake. Turkey and Syria. We just pray that they find a way forward. Is that his family? A moment to reflect before the noise. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have kickoff coming up here on Couch Sports Football. One last hurdle for the Newcastle players. Some final words. We all know they're going to be playing for the memory of Christian Atsu. A huge game here in the Premier League for both teams, Newcastle and Liverpool. Who will come out on top here today? The players take the knee for no room for racism, and it's Liverpool who'll kick off here at St James's Park, shooting from left to right. Newcastle from right to left in their famous black and white kit. Liverpool in their famous red kit. Here we go with Joelinton. Two balls on the pitch here. Trippier to restart the game here on this right side. Into Joelinton. Joelinton turns, goes backwards to Fabian Schär, who hits it down the line. Headed on by Trent Alexander. Andy Robertson. Stefan can't find the Liverpool player. Isak can't control the ball, but Henderson misplaces the ball to Isak, who drives with the ball. He's got Sam Assaman to his left. It's behind him, but he still feeds the pass into Isak in the box on the left-hand side. Van Dijk is tracking back. Maximan now on the ball, holds onto it, tries to spin away from Henderson, finds Isak, who brings it away from Salah into the box. Back post, no one's there. Robertson is. And it's Stefan who'll come away with it, and he'll hit it over the block to Dan Burn. And has Dan Burn got the speed to get there ahead of Trippier? Yes, he does. But the keeper was off his line, and Newcastle have it on that right side with Longstaff. Into Trippier. Ball over the top towards Almiron. Is he onside here? No, he's not. Liverpool restart here on this left-hand side. Van Dijk to restart the game here on this left-hand side. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 0 here on Couch Sports Football. Alisson on the ball. Threads it into Fabinho. Fabinho now lays it into the path of Gakpo, who turns out to Robertson on the left-hand side. Nunez is ahead of him, but he squares it into the path of Fabinho, and it comes backwards here to Van Dijk, and he goes to Joe Gomez on this left-hand side. Virgil van Dijk will be a huge bonus to this Liverpool side. Trent Alexander-Arnold now on the ball backwards to Joe Gomez. And he goes all the way back to the keeper, Alisson. Longstaff will try and charge him down. He'll get away from Longstaff. Just hit it down the line, only for Trippier to win the header. Almiron brings the ball under control, returns it back to Trippier on the right side. Andy Robertson is tracking back. Longstaff makes it off the ball. He puts it in behind towards Isak, but Alisson is there. And Liverpool restart here on this left-hand side. Alisson. Bringing the ball forward. Into the path of Stefan on the centre circle. Loses the ball here to Almiron, who drives with the ball forward. He gets away from Stefan. Virgil van Dijk is there. He goes around the outside of Stefan into the box, but Fabinho's tracking back. And Robertson now comes away with the ball here. And he puts his head up and drives with it. Joelinton is trying to cover him. Tries to put it in between the lines to Darwin Nunez, but Trippier is well positioned. And Newcastle come away with the ball with Alan Saint-Maximin here. A bit of an end-to-end start to this game. Saint-Maximin gets away from Trent Alexander-Arnold and Fabinho. Oh, Almiron's free on that right side. What about with the keeper? Oh, and Alisson makes the save. Big opportunity in the 3rd minute of the game for Miguel Almiron. Andy Robertson does enough there to just couldn't get the shot off. Just got it straight into the hands of Alisson. Darwin Nunez on the ball on the left-hand side. 1-on-1 against Trippier. Cuts in the middle, but Longstaff is there. He goes all the way back to the keeper. And Pope will restart here on the right-hand side. Botman on the ball. Bringing the ball forward here for Newcastle. Squares it into the path of Fabian Schär. Returns it back to Botman. Almiron is, Joe Linton is ahead of him. But he goes out wide towards Fabian Schär. Floats the ball out to the left side towards Alan Saint-Maximin. Trent Alexander-Arnold is there, but he loses the ball to Alan Saint-Maximin. 1-on-1 against Trent Alexander-Arnold. Drives with the ball towards the edge of the box. Gets himself in there. Claims for a handball. Nothing given. Alan Saint-Maximin back post. Van Dijk is there to head it away. Alan Saint-Maximin takes the shot. But it goes out for a corner on that left-hand side. And Alan Saint-Maximin is asking for St. James's Park to come alive in this game. Liverpool restart here on this left-hand side. Newcastle have been on the front foot so far in this game. 5 minutes play. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 0. Trent Alexander-Arnold on the ball. High up into the air. Headed away by Botman. Joe Linton into the path of Longstaff. Dan Burn goes backwards to Botman, who hits it high up into the air. Headed away by Joe Gomez. Joe Linton picks up the loose ball. Anderson gets away from a few players, but it's intercepted, but it falls to Isak. Isak brings the ball forward, and he goes out wide to Trippier. Darwin Nunez is tracking back. Trippier holds on to it. He's got a few players to his right, but it goes into Joe Linton. Backwards to Trippier. Out to that right side towards Longstaff. Longstaff has Almiron ahead of him, and he finds him. Almiron 1-1 against Darwin Nunez. Trippier makes a rapid run, and he finds him. In behind towards Longstaff, but Van Dijk is there on the 6-yard box, and he clears it out for another throwing here on this right side. Almiron plays a 1-2 with Joe Linton backwards to Fabian Schär here. Being played in the Liverpool half. Newcastle coming out on the front foot so far in this game. Alan Saint-Maximin on the ball. 1-on-1 against Trent Alexander-Arnold. Joe Gomez is there to clear it away into the path of Henderson. And it's Trent Alexander-Arnold on the ball into Fabinho. Into Stefan. First time into Mohamed Salah on the centre circle. Darwin Nunez on the left-hand side. 1-on-1 against Kieran Trippier. Can he use his pace to get past him? A couple of step forwards. Goes around the outside. Drills it back towards Salah. But Longstaff is there and is cleared away into the path of Robertson down the left-hand side. Stefan is alongside him and he finds him. Stefan gets it out of his feet. Who's he going to pick out? He tries to take a shot, but it's blocked. Darwin Nunez tries to keep it alive, but Botman is there to clear it away. And Trent Alexander-Arnold can't bring the ball under control. Alan Saint-Maximin is there and it goes out for a Newcastle throwing here down this right-hand side. Anderson. Burn. Backwards to Botman. Fabian Schär on the ball on this right side. Bringing the ball forward for Newcastle in his own half. Looking for some movement ahead of him, but he squares it into the path of Botman. Botman holds on to it. Goes short to Longstaff. Backwards to Botman here on this right side. Over the top towards Kieran Trippier. He heads it back to Fabian Schär here on the right side, bringing the ball forward in the Newcastle half. Switches it out to the left side towards Alan Saint-Maximin. Mohamed Salah tracking back. Alan Saint-Maximin bringing the ball forward. Henderson is there as well. He squares it into Anderson. Anderson out to the right side towards Miguel Almiron. But Robertson's positioned and Stefan comes away with the ball. Backwards to Robertson. Into Joe Gomez. Out to the left-hand side, to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Mohamed Salah coming deep to pick up the ball. Dan Burn is tracking him back. Mohamed Salah goes back to Joe Gomez into the middle, finds Alisson who hits it down the line. And it goes out for a Newcastle throwing, and the Newcastle fans will be happy with that. First time throwing into Isak. 1-on-1 against Joe Gomez. Down this left-hand side. Gets himself into the box there. Defended well. It comes back to Isak. Out to Almiron on the wide. Goes backwards to Botman. Botman into Fabian Schär on the centre circle in the Liverpool half. Over the top towards Kieran Trippier. Is he onside here? No, he's not. The offside flag is given. Klopp not happy with something here. Alisson on the ball here. Feeds the ball over the top. What's going on here? Oh. Trent Alexander-Arnold can't keep it alive. And it goes into Fabinho. Out to the side towards Trent Alexander-Arnold on the halfway line. Holds onto the ball here. Backwards to Joe Gomez. Looking for a pass forward. Out to the side towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. First time into Fabinho. Fabinho into Salah. Back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Darwin Nunez is free over the top if you can find him. He brings the ball under control. 1-1 against Nick Pope. He puts it into the back of the net to make it 1-0 here on Car Sports Football. And St. James's Park is silenced in the first 10 minutes of the game. Now Kieran Trippier does claim for a handball here. We'll have to wait and see if it is. But what a beautiful passing play down down the middle of the park. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Salah, and Fabinho just moving the ball about. Trent Alexander-Arnold sees Darwin Nunez split the defender Fabian Schär and Trippier, and he's put it into the back of the net, and it does come off Darwin Nunez's hand when he controls it. Yeah, it does come off his hand. That's going to be given handball. I think that's hit his hand. But we'll have to wait and see if that goal is given. He's onside. Trippier keeps him onside. So there's no issue with that. But the question is, does he handball it? And from the replay, it does look like he does. Oh no, it doesn't. It comes off his chest. No. It comes off his chest. He doesn't handball it. It's 1-0, ladies and gentlemen. That's a great angle there. That shows it's a goal. Liverpool lead here. Darwin Nunez. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat? Newcastle 1. Sorry, Liverpool 0, Newcastle 1 here on Car Sports Football. And that early barrage that Newcastle had has come away. And it's a Liverpool throwing on the halfway line. Darwin Nunez, 11th goal this season, 6th in the Premier League. How are we all doing in the chat? Virgil van Dijk into Fabinho, who has time to turn into the path of Joe Gomez, bringing the ball forward here for Liverpool. Backwards to Van Dijk, and Van Dijk lays it into the path of Alisson on the penalty spot. Switches it out to Andy Robertson down the left-hand side. He brings the ball under control here for Liverpool. Fabinho being harassed by Isak. He gets away from him. Switches it over the top towards Trent Alexander-Arnold, who brings the ball under control here. Anderson is there. Sorry, Longstaff is there. And it goes out for a goal kick here on this left-hand side. How are we all doing? Alisson to restart the game here. Out to the left-hand side towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. He holds the ball up here. But it comes off Anderson and it goes out for another goal kick here on this left-hand side. Just slowing the game down. That's what they need to do. They can't play to the crowd. They just need to slow it down, Liverpool. Alisson to take the goal kick here. 14 minutes into the game. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 1. Alisson with a ball high up towards Gakpo. It's headed away by Trippier. Almiron can't get down. It falls to Gakpo. And it comes out Trippier for a throwing here for Liverpool on the halfway line. Fabinho steps over to take it here. Van Dijk. Hits the ball over the top to the side side towards Mohamed Salah, who's in behind Dan Burn. Can he get a touch? No, he can't. It's cleared away. Joe Linton tries to keep it alive. It falls to Henderson. Out to Trent Alexander-Arnold. First time towards the back post. And Trippier's tracking back, and it goes out for a corner here down that left-hand side. Liverpool with a corner on the 15th minute of the game. They are a goal up in this game. Can they make it two? Darwin Nunez is causing a fuss in the middle. Ball point there. It goes through everyone. It goes through everyone. No one sticks a foot out. Trent Alexander-Arnold whips it back from where it came, headed away out to Anderson, and he just hits it out of the box. And Joe Gomez is there, but he leaves it to Saint-Maximin, who gets away from Joe Gomez. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he does. He tries to the ball down his left-hand side. He holds on to it. Isak makes a run through the middle, but it's overhit. And Alisson is there. Goes out for a goal. Goes back to the keeper, Alisson, on this left-hand side. Fabian Schär on the ball on this left-hand side. Trying to bring it forward. It goes backwards to Fabian Schär. Into Stefan, and Stefan goes backwards to Alisson on this left-hand side. 15 minutes played. Newcastle can't get the ball. Stefan on the halfway line, bringing the ball into the Liverpool half. Out to Gakpo on the left-hand side. Andy Robertson makes a rapid run, but Gakpo decides to come central. Lays it into the pass of Fabinho. Fabinho turns into Salah. Salah first time around towards Gakpo. Takes the ball under control. Oh, what a beautiful goal by Cody Gakpo to make it 2-0 here on Cow Sports Football. Newcastle getting ripped apart by this Liverpool side. Gakpo leaves it into the path of Fabinho, into Salah, over the top. Gakpo is onside here, and he controls it on the penalty spot and puts it into the back of the net to make it 2-0 here for Liverpool. He's onside. Two 0 here for Liverpool in the 17th minute of the game, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing? Where are we from and who do we support? Are we Liverpool fans? Are we Newcastle fans? Or are we just fans of football? Newcastle have to be careful that Liverpool do not run away with it. It's only the 18th minute of the game and anything can happen. They need to stay in it. Trent Alexander-Arnold into Henderson. First time over the top, but no one's making the run behind. And Nick Pope will just hit it high up into the air. Isak is there, headed away by Gomez. And Longstaff gets there. Gomez clears it away. Henderson. Gakpo wins it on the centre circle. Falls to Fabian Schär. Joe Gomez wins the header. Henderson jumping up against Anderson. He gets there. Salah can't get there. Danburn clears it. And it goes up for a Liverpool throwing down this left-hand side. Scored his last 2 games first Liverpool goals. Trent Alexander-Arnold to restart the game here on this left-hand side. Stefan can't get away from Anderson. He keeps it in play. Tries to get away from him, and he does. Gets away from Fabinho, and he's brought down. And that's going to be a yellow card to Fabinho. Yellow card to Fabinho there. Henderson asking what's going on. Just clears him out. Absolutely clears him out. Free kick here. For Liverpool. 20 minutes played. Newcastle 0. Liverpool 2. Kieran Trippier to take the free kick down this left-hand side. If Newcastle wants to get back into this game, this is the moment to score. Trippier gives the signal. He's got 8 players to aim for. Referee blows his whistle. Trippier gives the signal. Right foot towards the back post, but it's straight into the hands of Alisson. And Liverpool come away with it. Alisson hits the ball over the top first time into Mohamed Salah, but Nick Pope is off his line. Oh, and he handballs it. He handballs it. He's going to get a straight red card, Nick Pope. He's been sent off. Nick Pope. Does he miss the final? Does he miss the final? Straight red card there. Nick Pope sent off. Misjudges the fly of the ball. He goes to head it, but he does. Wow, Newcastle are falling apart here. Wow. Fuming Nick Pope. Ball whipped in by Trippier. Alisson is calm and collected, gathers it in his hand, hits it first time over the top towards Salah, and he misjudges the fly of the ball. But he heads it first. He falls to the ground. Let's see. And takes his own player out as well. Misjudges it completely. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 2, and Liverpool have a man advantage. Oh no, but that bullshit Dubravka's gone back in it. Dubravka's going to be coming on here for Newcastle. Two 0 here on the 23rd minute. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 2. And it's going to be the young lad Elliot Anderson who comes off here. Ball hit over the top. Alisson Maximan can't get there. Joe Linton does. Alisson Maximan now. 1-on-1 against Henderson. Shimmies on his right foot. Gets away from Fabinho, who's on a yellow card. Here we go with Almiron. Trippier is free down the right side. Nunez is tracking back. Trippier gets away from Nunez. Can't get away from Stefan. And it goes out for a throwing on the right side. 25 minutes played. Newcastle 0. Liverpool 2. Unfortunate for the young lad Elliot Anderson. Trippier to take the throwing here. Into the path of Joe Linton on the centre circle. Backwards to Botman. Botman out to the sector side towards Dan Burn. Dan Burn against Mohamed Salah. And he can't get away from him. And Mohamed Salah lets it go out for a throwing here. Take her quickly into Trent Alexander-Arnold. Backwards to Gomez here on this left-hand side. Gomez into the path of Van Dijk. Van Dijk bringing it forward. For Liverpool, squares into the path of Gomez. Gomez out to the right side towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent Alexander-Arnold holds onto the ball. Henderson, first time into Mohamed Salah, returns it back to him. Henderson now on the ball here. So Joe Linton, Almiron and Longstaff are in the midfield three. Alisson Maximan and Isak playing the front two. So it's a 3-3-2, I think. No, sorry, a 4-3. Yeah, a 4-3-2. Van Dijk into Gomez. Gomez on the left-hand side, bringing the ball forward into the path of Trent Alexander-Arnold, who holds onto it. Square into Henderson, backwards to Gomez on the left-hand side. Gomez into Van Dijk. Van Dijk has Stefan to his left, but it goes into Gomez. Gomez into Henderson on the halfway line. Joe Linton is tracking back, but he goes backwards to Gomez. And it's Liverpool now on the ball with Van Dijk. Dubravka restarts the game here on the right side. Plays it into Longstaff, backwards to Botman. Botman hasn't lost a game in 20 games. Long ball over the top towards Joe Linton. Can he keep it in play? No, he can't. Goes out for a Liverpool throwing. 28 minutes played. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 2. Trent Alexander-Arnold to take the throwing. Into Gomez. Van Dijk to Robertson. Backwards to Van Dijk. Gomez out to the right side towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. Robertson's free down that left-hand side if they can find him. But Gomez holds on to the ball. Trent Alexander-Arnold to Henderson on the halfway line. Backwards to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Gomez now on the ball. 29 minutes played. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 2, and Liverpool are a man down. Sorry, Newcastle are a man down. Nick Pope sent off. Gomez into Trent Alexander-Arnold. First time into Henderson on the touchline. Henderson turns and goes backwards to Gomez, and Liverpool will just slow it down. There's no need for them to rush. They can just pass it around. Misplaced pass there by Fabinho, and it's intercepted by Dan Burn. Longstaff is brought down. Game carries on here with Fabinho on the centre circle. Out to the right side towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. First time into Gakpo, and he can't control it. Trippier is there, and he releases Isak, and Isak drives with the ball here. He's got no one alongside him. He's on his own. He's got Andy Robertson tracking back, so is Van Dijk. He gets around away from Van Dijk, but again, there's no one there. Backwards to Sam Maximan. In between the lines towards Almiron, but Andy Robertson's there. And he clears away into the path of Sam Maximan. 1-on-1 against Henderson, and Henderson sticks a foot out. And it falls to Sven Botman. Longstaff back to Botman on the centre circle. Out wide towards Miguel Almiron. Trippier is free to his right side, and if he can find him, yes he does. First time in towards Alisson Maximan. But Robertson's there, and Stefan comes away with it. Darwin Nunez with the ball over the top towards Mohamed Salah down his right hand side, bringing the ball forward. In 1-on-1 against Dan Burn. Shimmies on his left foot. Chance Alexander making the overlapping run, but Newcastle win the ball back, and it's Dan Burn now on the right hand side. Into Joe Linton. Finds Almiron. Out to Trippier on the right side. Some of these Newcastle players are not giving up. 30 minutes played. Long kick over the top by Trippier into Alan Saint-Maximin. He's in behind Andy Robertson. Can he get himself into the box? He cuts it back onto his left foot. Back onto his right. Back onto his left. Looking for someone to pass through. He takes a shot and Alisson forces the save. Corner down this left hand side for Newcastle. Kieran Trippier steps over to take the corner down this left hand side. "31 minutes played. Can Newcastle get one back here? They are a man down and 2 goals down. Back post headed on by Almiron. Heading towards goal. Van Dijk is there. Alan Saint-Maximin tries to keep it alive, but Henderson is there, and it goes out for a throwing down the left-hand side. What happened to Man City? I have no idea, Sound. All I know that they drew their game against Nottingham Forest, and Nottingham Forest apparently had a good game against them. So Arsenal sit top of the table, and Man City are second for now. Kieran Trippier steps over to take the corner here. They are 2 goals down and a man down. A goal now helps them. Ball into the box. Dan Burn heads it from where it came. Joe Linton flicks it into the path of Alisson. And Liverpool restart the game here on this left-hand side. Alisson into Andy Robertson, bringing the ball forward here. Squares it into Stefan. Backwards to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he lays it into the path of Henderson on the halfway line. Backwards to Trent Alexander-Arnold. But Newcastle lose the ball. Alan Saint-Maximin brought down by Joe Gomez. Game carries on here with Liverpool. Bringing the ball forward into the pass of Stefan. Who's he going to get this time? Switches it out to the right side towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. Longstaff is tracking back. So is Dan Burn. He goes backwards to Gomez. Gomez into Henderson. Henderson now bringing the ball forward here. 33 minutes played. Trent Alexander-Arnold on the ball. Holds on to it here. Backwards to Gomez. Gomez into Van Dijk. Van Dijk holds on to the ball here. And he finds Robertson down the left-hand side. Robertson into Darwin Nunez on the halfway line. And he goes back to Van Dijk. Van Dijk into the path of Gomez. Gomez out to the right side towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. He holds onto the ball backwards to Gomez. Gomez all top towards Van Dijk. And it goes into Robertson. Backwards to Van Dijk. Trent Alexander-Arnold back to Gomez. Gomez on the left-hand side. Into Trent Alexander-Arnold. Backwards to Gomez. Gomez goes back to Alisson. Liverpool can conserve energy in this game. 34 minutes played. There are 2 goals up. They could just make Newcastle run around. Fabinho on the ball. Henderson. Stefan's free. He goes out to the left-hand side towards Andy Robertson. Into Gakpo. Gakpo back to Robertson. And he goes all the way back to Van Dijk. Henderson. Liverpool just moving the ball about. This is what you should do, especially when you got Real Madrid coming up in the midweek. Trent Alexander-Arnold on the halfway line. Over the top towards Darwin Nunez. He brings the ball under control. Gets away from Fabian Schär. And he's brought down. Game carries on. High up in the air. Trippier is there. Finds Dan Burn. But Trent Alexander-Arnold catches him. Dan Burn just sticks a foot out and Newcastle come away with the ball. Into Isak. Isak takes it in his stride. He's got Alan Saint-Maximin to his left. He's got Henderson defending. Out to Alan Saint-Maximin. Almiron is making the run behind. But Saint-Maximin holds on to it. Out to Almiron on the left-hand side. Backwards to Alan Saint-Maximin. Liverpool players are now back in position. Joe Linton into Longstaff. Botman out to that right side towards Trippier. Trippier holds onto the ball here. Longstaff makes a run into the box on the right side. Tries to put it across the middle, but it's blocked. It falls to Joe Linton on the edge of the box. Keeps it alive into Alan Saint-Maximin on the left-hand side. 1-on-1 against the defender, Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's Mohamed Salah shocking back as well. Dan Burn, first time into the box, back post. Longstaff is there, he's headed away. Darwin Nunez can't keep it alive. And it goes out for a corner on the right side and claims for a handball. Darwin Nunez looks. Let's have a look. I don't think there was a handball. Goes out for a corner here. Newcastle corner at our right side. They might be 2 goals down, but St. James's Park is still giving Newcastle something to work with. Trippier with a ball deep. Trent Alexander-Arnold is there to head it out. And it goes out for another corner on the right side. And again, St. James's Park erupts. It's the hope that kills you in football. Newcastle have a corner on the 36th minute. They're a man down. They're 2 goals down. But a goal here helps them. It's flicked on by Dan Burn. And Fabinho's there to just clear it high up into the air. And it's missed touch there. And Mohamed Salah comes away with it. Darwin Nunez making the run behind, but he couldn't get a clear pass. Darwin Nunez keeps it alive. Out to the right side towards Salah. He gets away from Almiron and he's brought down. And that's going to be a yellow card here for Miguel Almiron. 37 minutes played. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 2. Oh, but he's offside. Liverpool have a free kick down the right side. Miguel Almiron there with a yellow card. In a very good position here. Mohamed Salah is holding on to the ball. He's not giving it to anyone. They're all going to be running after this. What did the ocean say to the beach? I don't know, Saud. What did the ocean say to the beach? Trent Alexander-Arnold, Henderson and Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah is holding on to the ball here. Dubravka there, arranging his wall. Henderson puts the ball down. Trent Alexander-Arnold is there. Trent Alexander-Arnold lines one up here. Is he going to curl it? Oh no, Salah left foot. Blocked by the wall. Headed out of the box. Liverpool keeping alive with Andy Robertson. Into the path of Gakpo down the left-hand side. Cuts in on his right foot. Back post is headed away by Botman. Henderson tries to keep it alive, but Dubravka gathers it in his hands. Nothing, it just waved. That's cheeky, that. Miguel Almiron now on the ball. Backwards to Fabian Schär. Into Miguel Almiron, who has time to turn and goes backwards to Sven Botman. Longstaff. Joe Linton. Into Fabian Schär on the right side. Bringing the ball forward. Into the path of Alan Saint-Maximin. Joe Linton returns it out to the right side towards Trippier. Alan Saint-Maximin is ahead of him, but he puts it over the top towards Isak. But it's just over him. And Trent Alexander-Arnold will just click it out of play. But Dan Burn keeps it alive. Isak now on the ball. Gets away from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Backwards to Joe Linton. Into the path of Isak. Out to the centre side. It's Dan Burn. 1-on-1 against Trent Alexander-Arnold. Backwards to Joe Linton. Over the top to Fabian Schär in the centre circle. And it goes backwards to Dubravka. Dubravka. Up top to that right side towards Trippier gets away from Darwin Nunez into the path of Almiron. Alan Saint-Maximin. Long staff on the ball now. Looking for movement ahead of the ball. Out to the left-hand side is Dan Burn. Into the path of Joe Linton. Gets away from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Henderson is there for cover. Alan Saint-Maximin now on the right side. Trippier makes it running behind. Alan Saint-Maximin goes on his own. Gets away from Fabinho, but it's backwards to Fabian Schär. Almiron is free. He holds on to it. Trippier is to his right, but he holds on to the ball. Goes out to the right side towards Trippier. In behind towards Longstaff. Newcastle trying to move the ball about. Headed away by Van Dijk, and it goes out for a corner down the right side. Trippier to take the corner on that right side. Whipped in. Dan Burn off the crossbar. Fabinho to clear it away. Newcastle have the ball on the halfway line. Out to the right side towards Dan Burn. Leaves it to Miguel Almiron. Trippier makes a rapid run. Almiron into the box, but Alisson's there to gather it on the 6-yard box. And Liverpool now come away with the ball. Robertson to Stefan. Backwards to Gomez. Gomez holds onto the ball here. Into Van Dijk. Van Dijk out to the left-hand side towards Robertson. Robertson holds onto it. He's got Stefan alongside him, but he goes backwards to Van Dijk. And it's now Alisson on the ball. Into Trent Alexander-Arnold. They've had 3 shots on target, Newcastle. 17 touches in the opposition box, but they just can't find the back of the net. Alisson out to Robertson. Robertson, first time into Salah on the halfway line. Returns it back to Andy Robertson on the left side. Darwin Nunez is ahead of him, but he finds him. 1-on-1 against Fabian Schär. Robertson makes a run in behind, but Nunez holds onto it. Lays it into Brother Fabinho. Takes it out of his feet. First time into Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's got 4 plays to aim for. Back post is. But it comes off Dan Burn and goes out for a corner. Why did the man name his dogs Rolex and Timex? I have no idea. Why did the man name his dogs Rolex and Timex or Timex? Corner on the left-hand side for Liverpool, and just as Newcastle are trying to get themselves back into this game, a goal now would be perfect for Liverpool. Back post headed away by Dan Burn. Botman tries to hit it out, and it goes out for a Liverpool throwing here. Because they were watchdogs. Wow. Wow. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Backwards to Fabinho. Fabinho into the path of Gomez on the halfway line. Gomez into Van Dijk on the centre circle. Out to that left-hand side towards Robertson. Backwards to Van Dijk. Stefan. Gomez on the halfway line. Out to the right side towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. First time into Salah. Salah being held up by Longstaff. Backwards to Trent Alexander-Arnold. First time into Fabinho. Into Salah. Salah can't control the ball, and Dan Burn will just clear it away. Joe Linton on the ball, surrounded by Liverpool players. Tries to find the pass, but it comes off Fabinho, and Henderson finds Trent Alexander-Arnold, but his pass is intercepted there by Dan Burn and is cleared down the line into the path of Joe Gomez. What do you call a bear with no teeth? What do you call a bear with no teeth? I have no idea. What do you call a bear with no teeth? Trent Alexander-Arnold now on the ball. Switches it over the top to that left-hand side towards Robertson. Robertson into Darwin Nunez. Darwin Nunez 1-on-1 against Trippier. Gets himself into the box on the corner on that left-hand side. Switches it out to Trent Alexander-Arnold. 1-on-1 against Dan Burn. Henderson makes all up in run, but Trent Alexander-Arnold puts the ball into the box, and Fabian Schär is there to head it out. Dan Burn flicks it on. Trent Alexander-Arnold keeps it alive, but Dan Burn heads it out again. Trent Alexander-Arnold manages to find the pass to Henderson, but Joe Linton is there. And it goes out for a goal kick on the right side. A gummy bear. A flipping gummy bear. 45 minutes played. Dubravka to restart the game here on the Shine side. Four minutes of added time here. Dubravka to restart the game for Newcastle. 45th minute played. High up into the air. Gomez wins the header. Botman brings the ball under control, but he can't get away from Gakpo. And Darwin Nunez flicks it on, but Trippier's there to just clear it down the line. And it goes back to Alisson. Robertson on the left-hand side. Bringing the ball forward for Liverpool into the path of Fabinho. Fabinho turns. He finds Stefan on the centre circle. Backwards to Van Dijk. Gomez on this left-hand side. Backwards to Van Dijk. Fabinho now on the ball. On the centre circle. Just moving it about Liverpool here. They're not forcing the ball forward. They're calm with the result that they're having so far. 2-0 is a good result for them. Van Dijk on the centre circle into Robertson. Backwards to Van Dijk. Moving it around their back line. I'd love to see. Greetings, folks. Scuba Culture. How you doing, my brother? Welcome to the stream. Liverpool 0. Newcastle 0. Liverpool 2. And Newcastle have had a man sent off. Nick Pope. Which means he will miss the Carabao Cup final. Which means Dubravka can't play the Carabao Cup final because he's cup tied with Manchester United. Which means Karius is in goal. Longstaff brought down by Gakpo. Arsenal are giving me so much stress. What a game it was earlier today. I had that on the stream. That was brilliant. And then City dropped points, which is exactly what you guys needed. High up into the air, flicked on. Trent Alexander-Arnold is there. Isak can't get there. And it's cleared away for a throwing here down the left-hand side. 47 minutes played. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 2. Isak leaves it to Dan Burn to take the throwing here. Dan Burn now on this left-hand side to take a long throwing into the box. Joe Linton can't get there. Joe Gomez does it. Forces Almiron. Right foot is dragged wide. Why can't a leopard hide? Because you can spot it. I'm assuming something to do with his spots. Trent Alexander-Arnold back to Gomez. What was Pope trying to do there? Head it away. I'll be honest with you, because I think he misjudged the bounce. Because Salah doesn't bring the ball under control. It bounces awkwardly. And I think he misjudges it. He goes to head it, miss it completely. And then he just fumbles it with his hands to get it away from Salah, and he's sent off. But maybe he should have left it. Because he's always spotted. It's out there. These dad jokes. Everyone loves a dad joke. Isak can't get there ahead of Van Dijk. Stefan can't bring the ball under control. Fabian Schär is there, and it's Alan Saint-Maximin on the ball. Out to the left-hand side towards Dan Burn. And that's half-time, ladies and gentlemen, here on Cow Sports Football. It's Liverpool 2, Newcastle 0 with a man sent off at the St. James's Park. I'm going to take a quick break, so I'll see you shortly, guys. Second half coming up here on Card Sports Football, ladies and gentlemen. What? You were just doing your stuff? Newcastle have the ball with Isak in the box here on this right hand side. Goes backwards and it's Trippier on the ball. Trippier puts the ball back into the box. Isak heads it towards goal, but Alisson is there to gather it in his hands. The first goal for Villa was great. Sorry guys, I had someone at the door. Newcastle nil, Liverpool 2 in the second half here on Couch Sports Football. How are we all doing? Welcome to the stream. Liverpool shooting from left to right. Sorry, Liverpool shooting from right to left. Newcastle from left to right. And there are a man down here. Nick Pope sent off, which means he won't be playing in the Carabao Cup final. Which means Dubravka can't play in the Carabao Cup final because he is cup tied. Which means Karius is going to be playing in goal. Must admit, I really look forward to Jesus being back for us. I think Jesus just gives you a different avenue when he plays. He creates the space that allows Martinelli and Saka and Odegaard to utilize. Man City is going to Germany. What do you mean he's going to Germany? But how are we all doing? Here we go with Trippier on the ball on the shine side. Feeds it in behind towards Alan Saint-Maximin. Can Newcastle get a goal back here? Ball pointed box. It's like on a penalty spot. And he hits it wide. How are we all doing? What about Mark Gillespie? Who's Mark Gillespie? Just hits it over the bar. Man City versus Red Bull Leipzig. I have no idea who Mark Gillespie is. Newcastle keeper. Here we go with Liverpool on the pole with Gakpo into Darwin Nunez down the left-hand side. And Kieran Trippier is there. They've both gone down here off the ball, Kieran Trippier and Darwin Nunez. It was just a sliding challenge by Trippier and Darwin Nunez lands on him. Newcastle keeper. How old is he? Mark Gillespie. Trippier walks away here. Back up on his feet, he just walks away. And Darwin Nunez getting some treatment. Champions League 23rd of Feb. We got Champions League on both. Let's have a look. Let's see what games are this week. Darwin Nunez holding on to his shoulder here. We'll see if he can carry on. Diego Jota's getting warmed up. So on Tuesday we've got Liverpool against Real Madrid. Wednesday we've got Leipzig against City. Thursday we've got Manchester United against Barcelona. We got nothing on Friday. And I've got nothing on Saturday either. One game Sunday. Ooh, 1:30 kickoff. Oh, and 4:30, sorry. Why are you advertising City's Champions League game so hard like you are working for BT Sport? No, I'm just telling you what streams I have, Digster. I know you're hurt by Tottenham losing, but you don't have to take it out on me. 4-0 Man City. South there. Trippier to take the corner down the left-hand side. 54 minutes played. Newcastle nil, Liverpool 2. Whipped into the box. Heading towards goal. And that was a golden opportunity for Fabian Schär to pull one back for Newcastle. But he doesn't get it on target. He wings the header. He just completely mishits it. Not talking to you. I think he's just letting us know what he thinks the predictions are going to be. Here we go with Darwin Nunez on the halfway line. Backwards to Van Dijk here on the right side. Tottenham didn't even play you today, you turnip. I'm talking about Leicester last week. Yeah, carrot. Here we go with Joe Linton to take the throwing. Newcastle might be 2 goals down here, but St. James's Park are definitely still back in this Newcastle side. They are creating chances. Joe Linton on the ball here on the left-hand side. Into the path of Almiron holds onto the ball here. Returns it back to Joelinton. Gets away from Gakpo. Into the pass of Alan Saint-Maximin, who gets away from Darwin Nunez on the halfway line. Out to the right side towards Trippier. Gets away from Darwin Nunez and he brings the ball forward central. Gets away from Gakpo and he's brought down. This is going to be a free kick. Barcelona 3-0. I'm not that sad. Pedro Porro is a fraud. Is he? I didn't even watch the game. I've not even watched the highlights of that game. So I have no idea what's going on. Trippier to take the free kick here. Trippier. Left foot into the box. Heads it over everyone. Van Dijk can't get there. It falls to Botman, but Fabinho's there to clear away. Mendy scored a screamer. Yeah, I heard. I saw that one. Dan Burn wins the header. Alan Saint-Maximin comes away with it. Andy Robertson's making him go backwards. And Fabinho clears it into the path of Andy Robertson. And Liverpool can counter here. He feeds it in behind to Darwin Nunez here. Trippier's tracking back. Darwin Nunez 1-on-1 against Kieran Trippier. Gets himself into the box. Right foot. Back post. He can't get there. Dubravka does. And it goes out to Mohamed Salah on that right side. And he'll let it go out for a corner here. 57 minutes played. Because, of course, he saved his first goal for Leicester and second goal in his career till the Spurs match. That's just the way the football goes. That's just football for you. Dubravka with the parry for a corner. Darwin Nunez still on the ground here, holding on to his shoulder. He just lands awkwardly when Trippier goes into him. Yeah, he just lands awkwardly. Wish he scored against Arsenal. Darwin Nunez limping off the pitch. Did you watch the Villa Arsenal 1 and Digster? Yes, I did stream that game earlier today, where we had Aston Villa taking on Arsenal. What a game it was. I will be uploading the highlights onto TikTok, Instagram, Twitter for all to see. You're at a haircut. You're looking fresh, looking clean. It's gonna be 4 substitutions here for Liverpool. Milner, Elliott, Jota, and someone else. Milner missed the first 4 goals. But did you see Jorginho's goal? It's probably the first goal he scored outside the box. Saka scored a nice goal. Zinchenko scored a nice goal. Coutinho scored a nice goal. They were all good goals besides the Martinelli one. They were all brilliant goals. Southampton versus West Ham. That's tomorrow live here on Couch Sports Football. Harvey Elliott now on the ball. Left foot into the box. Comes off Almiron and is cleared away. Fabinho will get there ahead of Alan Saint-Maximin. Over the touch towards Trent Alexander-Arnold, but Joelinton's there. And he can't clear it. I saw the last 20 odd minutes. Brilliant game. Brilliant game. United Leicester tomorrow. Yes, United Leicester tomorrow and West Ham Tottenham live here on Couch Sports Football. Trent Alexander-Arnold tries to put the ball into the box, but it comes off Joelinton and it goes out for another throwing on that right side for Liverpool. Trent Alexander-Arnold into Darwin Nunez. Backwards to Harvey Elliott into the path of Gomez here on the centre circle into Van Dijk. Van Dijk bringing the ball forward here for Liverpool. Into Jota. Robertson. Back to Van Dijk. Milner. Back to Van Dijk here on the right side. Milner. Backwards to Van Dijk. Into the path of Gomez. Isak comes over to cover. Back to Van Dijk. And Liverpool now bring the ball forward into the Newcastle half. Out to the left-hand side. Robertson. Robertson has Firmino through the middle. And he finds him. Returns it back to Robertson. Jota makes it running behind. So does Salah. But Dubravka's there. He mistouches it. But Dan Burns to clears it away, and Alan San Maximan picks it up on the centre circle, and he tries to the ball. He's on his own here. Alan San Maximan, Isak's busting to get him behind, and Alan San Maximan just hits it wide, and it goes out for a goal kick here on the right side for Liverpool. Saad there, I love golf. Saad, I am shit at golf. I am absolutely shit at golf. Absolutely atrocious. I just about hit the golf ball. Every time I hit it, it goes like that. Like I'm aiming this way, but it goes that way. Fabinho now bringing the ball forward. Gets away from Alan Saint-Maximin. Harvey Elliott flicks it onto Salah, but Dan Burns there. Longstaff clears it away. Can Dan Burn get there ahead of Fabinho? He does, and he holds onto the ball. Feeds the ball over the top towards Alan Saint-Maximin, but Gomez is there. And it goes back to Alisson. You're very good. How many hole-in-ones have you hit? Golf more like elderly entertainment. Nah, man. If you go to a driving range, Digster, you have 50 balls and all you have to do is hit them as far as you can. It's a lot of fun. Firmino in behind to Robertson across the 6-yard box, but Dubravka's there. And Newcastle now come away with it here with Joe Linton. Into Almiron. Almiron turns. And he lays it into the Isak on the centre circle. Gets away from Fabinho, but he loses the ball and it falls to Jota. Jota into Firmino on the centre circle. Into Jota. Jota turns. Salah makes a run into the box, but Jota holds onto it. And he runs into each other. Firmino gets away from Longstaff. Puts him to the ground. It's Jota 1-on-1 against Trippier. Left foot into the box. But there's no one there making the run back post. And it goes out. I can't imagine you watching Sky Sports Golf. I've never watched golf. I've watched one golf tournament. And it was when Tiger Woods, in the last couple of years, when he came back and he won it. That's the only tournament I ever watched. And it was on the last day, like the last hour or two. I think nothing was on TV, I'll be honest with you. And everyone on my Twitter feed was talking about Tiger Woods playing brilliantly. So I put that on. You got an eagle. I like mini golf. I'm good at mini golf. I'm good at mini golf. I like that. What's an eagle? I don't know golf. Let's see. I think it's how many shots you took. So an eagle in golf means you scored 2 under par on each hole. So if if for example if for example the golf course, say hole number 2 takes 4 shots to finish, that's like the normal, for average is 4 shots. If you do it in 2 shots, then you got an eagle because it's 2 under par. I know brace, hat trick and assist. Same here, man, same here. But if you get an eagle, that means you hit 2 shots below the below the average. Jacob Murphy coming with the ball here on the right side, feeds it into Longstaff, backwards to Joe Linton, out to Dan Burn down the left hand side. He's got Alan Saint-Maximin ahead of him. Dan Burn holds onto it. Into Alan Saint-Maximin. Joe Linton on the ball. How are we all doing in the chat? Where are we all from and who do we support? Are we Newcastle fans? Are we Liverpool fans? Are we just fans of football? 64th minute on the clock. Joe Linton takes a shot from distance, blocked by Van Dijk. And it falls to Jacob Murphy here on the right side. Newcastle throwing. And again, St. James's Park comes alive. They're hoping for something. They want something to help this Newcastle team. Murphy to take the throwing. Backwards to Fabian Schär. Takes it out of his feet. And lays it in the middle towards Botman. Botman now on the pole. Out wide here to Fabian Schär. Longstaff. Murphy. Referee pulls it back for the Newcastle free kick here on the right hand side. Was it Longstaff that was brought down by Milner? Or Anthony Gordon's on as well. 65th minute here. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 2. Newcastle have a free kick down the side side. Anthony Gordon steps over to take it. The players are bunched there on the edge of the 18-yard box. Anthony Gordon gives the signal. Right foot, back post. Headed away. Can Alan Saint-Maximin get there? Yes, he does. The offside flag goes up. Liverpool restart here on the 66th minute. I got silver and bronze as Special Olympics. Sport horse ring. What's one of those? Gomez on the ball here. Into the path of Trent Alexander-Arnold on the touchline. Over the top towards Van Dijk here on the edge of the 6-yard box. Bringing the ball forward here for Liverpool. Out to the left-hand side towards Andy Robertson. Backwards to Van Dijk. 66th minute. Liverpool 2, Newcastle 0. Firmino. Into the path of Gomez. Bringing the ball into the Newcastle half. Tries to feed it in between the lines to Harvey Elliott. Sorry, Jota, who tries the back heel. But it's cleared away. Trent Alexander-Arnold tries to keep it alive. But Dan Burn is there. And Newcastle now have the ball here. Into Longstaff. Gets away from Firmino, but he can't get away from Salah. And he finds Jota. Jota can't get away from Longstaff. But Salah picks up the ball. And he drives into the box. 1-on-1 against the defender. Headed away. And it falls to Fabinho. Elliott with a shot. And Dubravka's there to catch it. Oh, horse riding. Alright. Horse riding. Alright. Fun fact, West Ham were the first team to beat Spurs at Tottenham Hotspur's new stadium in a 1-0 victory on the 30th of April 2019, thanks to a Mikel Antonio goal. Joe Linton there on the ground. Is that another injury that Newcastle will have to be careful of? They've already lost Nick Pope. Bruno Guimaraes is back for the next game. Joe Linton here on the ground, getting some treatment. Correct, it was the 27th of April. Okay. Joe Linton here getting some treatment. He felt something in his right hamstring there. He is coming off the pitch, Joe Linton, but is he going to get subbed off? Let's find out. Yeah, he is, I think. I think Matt Ritchie is going to be coming on here. Long kick over the top by Dubravka, flicked on by Joe Linton, by Wilson. And Anthony Gordon can't keep it in play. Special Olympics 2018 in UAE. Alright. That's pretty cool, Saud. You watched that game, Digster. So Matt Ritchie's going to be coming on here. Joe Linton's going to be coming off. It was at lunchtime. 70th minute played, Newcastle 0, Liverpool 2. Trent Alexander-Arnold now on the ball. Tries to feed it into the middle. Milner does well to get away from Gordon. And it's Firmino now. Anthony Gordon snapping at his heels. Goes out to Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right side. First time into Salah, into Firmino, back to Salah, but it's intercepted. And it goes all the way back to Dubravka, who just hits it down the line. And then had to watch it all over again on Match of the Day that night. Guys, are Arsenal winning the league? Are Arsenal going to win this league? Because City won the game that put them above them in the league in the midweek. Arsenal played against Villa and they came from behind twice to equalise, and then they went on to win the game. City played Forest. Yeah, Manchester City played Nottingham Forest and they only got an equaliser in that game. Which means Arsenal are now back on top of the table. Forest played shit. Did they really? I didn't watch that game. I heard that they deserved the equaliser though. I heard Haaland had a one-on-one towards the end or something. I need to watch Match of the Day tonight to figure out what happened there. Dan Burn to take the throwing on the halfway line. Callum Wilson can't keep it in play. Goes out for a Liverpool throwing. Trent Alexander-Arnold now. Into Gomez. Van Dijk. Wide to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Harvey Elliott now on the ball. It was undeserved. Was it? I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch the game and I didn't even have BT score on. I was doing housework, so didn't really have anything on to figure out what happened. I just know that it just finished 1-1. And they were talking about Haaland had an opportunity. I need to see that. Here we go with Van Dijk into Milner. Milner out to the left hand side towards Robertson. Robertson can't get away from Murphy. Forest equalised. Van Dijk out wide to Gomez on the right side. Gomez holds onto the ball and feeds it into Salah. City went 1-0 up. Over the top towards Salah, but Botman is there. This is the first game that Sven Botman's going to lose in 20 games. He's not lost his previous 20 games, Sven Botman. This is going to be his first game that he loses. Huge, that is. Dan Burn into Anthony Gordon. First time into Longstaff. Gets away from the players. Feed it into Wilson. Wilson out to the left-hand side towards Murphy. Wilson makes all up in run, but he goes short to Gordon. Back to Murphy. Most one-sided game I've ever seen. Murphy into Dan Burn. Out to that left-hand side towards Trippier. I did not go to the Abu Dhabi 2019 Special Olympics because sister's fall off horse. She had head injury. Ooh. I hope she's alright, Saud. Fabian Schär tries to feed it into Murphy, but it's intercepted by Robertson, and Jota finds Firmino. Firmino returns it to Robertson, into Jota. It returns it to Harvey Elliott. Salah's free. Robertson's 1-on-1 into Salah, but it's behind him. And Dan Burn comes away. And it's now Newcastle who will try and feed it forward. Wilson on the halfway line. Over the top towards Alan Saint-Maximin on the right side. Alan Saint-Maximin now bringing the ball forward. Anthony Gordon's free to his left, but he holds on to it. 1-on-1 against Milner. Out to Wilson on that left-hand side. Wilson waiting some overlapping run. Out to Matt Ritchie. 1-on-1 against Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yes, my sister's okay. That's good to hear, man. Dan Burn. Into Murphy. Alan Saint-Maximin. Into Murphy, who finds himself on the edge of the box. Gordon into Alan Saint-Maximin. Back to Fabian Schär. 75th minute. Anthony Gordon into Longstaff. Longstaff into Murphy. Murphy finds himself on the edge of the box. Out to the left side towards Matt Ritchie. 1-on-1 against Trent Alexander-Arnold. Gets away from him. Lays it into Rutherford Botman. In between the lines towards Longstaff, but he can't get away. And Liverpool managed to clear it away. Fabian Schär on the centre circle. Sven Botman. Into Dan Burn on the left-hand side. 75th minute played. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 2. Longstaff finds Gordon into Wilson. Can't get away from Gomez. Gordon gets on the ricochet, but Van Dijk is there to clean up the pieces. And Roberto Firmino wins the ball, but Dan Burns there to clean up. And it's now Sven Botman. Over the top to the right side towards Murphy. Can he get the head of Robertson? No, he can't. Robertson does, and he goes out for a Newcastle throwing here on the right side. Fun fact, since the Liverpool-Newcastle game at Anfield, which Liverpool won in the 90th minute, Newcastle have been unbeaten while Liverpool have been quite frankly shit. But now it looks like that unbeaten run can be ended by Liverpool once again. Murphy now to take the throwing here. On the right side, into Gordon. Back to Murphy. Jota's tracking back. Goes backwards to Fabian Schär. Into the middle finds Sven Botman. Dan Burn. I listen to the woman of Sky Sports. That's how I know stuff. Dan Burn. Backwards to Botman. Botman holds on to it here. Into Alassane Maximin on the centre circle. Over the top to the right side towards Jacob Murphy, who's in behind. Can he get the ball into the box? Yes, he does, but it's can't keep it in play. Goes up for a goal kick on the right side. Here we go with Liverpool on the ball with Van Dijk on the right side. Into Firmino. Firmino to Jota. Backwards. This is good for Liverpool. Van Dijk back in the squad. Jota back in the squad. Fabinho back. Harvey Elliott back. Gakpo and Nunez started to hit a bit of form. Falls to Fabian Schär on this left-hand side. Into Alassane Maximin. Backwards to Sven Botman. Roberto Firmino obviously back in the squad as well. Milner back in the squad. A bit of rotation is a possibility for Liverpool. Murphy down the line towards Andy Gordon. Anthony Gordon, who's in behind. Can Milner track back? Yes, he does. 1-on-1 against Gordon. He can't get away from Milner, and Milner just clears it away. Speaking of Sky, greed in football is so ridiculously bad with this TV shit. Separate broadcast graphics and stuff, you're right. Here we go, is Alassane Maximin. Gets away from Fabinho. Harvey Elliott is there. He gets away from Harvey Elliott. Trent Alexander-Arnold is next, but he goes backwards to Dan Burn. Dan Burn cuts away from Roberto Fabinho, but his pass is intercepted there by Trent Alexander-Arnold. And he gets away from Dan Burn. And Trent Alexander-Arnold drives with the ball. He's got Salah to his right. He finds him. Salah bringing the ball forward. He's got Trent Alexander-Arnold. And Jota there. He cuts in on his left foot into Trent Alexander-Arnold, but it's tracked back by Matt Ritchie. And he goes out for a Liverpool corner down the right side in the 79th minute. Also, I saw a video on illegal streaming in football yesterday. I'd highly recommend that. I enjoyed it. Corner down the right side for Liverpool on the 79th minute. 10.5 to go plus the added time. Liverpool are 2 goals up here with a man advantage. Of course, go for it. I sleep with a nightlight because I'm scared of the dark. That's all cool, man. It's all cool. You do what you got to do to get comfortable. Trent Alexander-Arnold from the corner. Van Dijk can't get there. He's headed out. Robertson will keep it alive here down his left-hand side. Into the middle towards Gomez on the centre circle. And it's Fabinho now on the ball. Fabinho backwards to Gomez. Gomez bringing the ball forward here for Liverpool. Out to the left-hand side towards Andy Robertson. Robertson holds on to it. And it goes backwards to Milner. Milner returns it back to Robertson, but Robertson can't keep it alive. And Anthony Gordon comes away with the ball. Intercepted by Harvey Elliott. Salah with a shot. Dubravka's there and gathers it in his hands. Here we go with Dan Burn here on this left-hand side. 80th minute. Newcastle nil, Liverpool 2. Here we go with Van Dijk on the ball for Liverpool on the right-hand side. Bringing the ball forward. Every bitch person reading that thinking about how much it would cost here, lol. Sleeping with the light on. Madness. And then the energy companies announce a billion profits. I'm scared someone will make fun of me. No one will make fun of you here, Saud. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Alisson on the ball here. Clears it down the line, but Murphy gathers it. Jota's coming over. And he's just cleared it down the line to Van Dijk. Fabinho. Another example. Agreed. You're right, Dixter. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Javier on the ball. Backwards to Trent Alexander-Arnold. And it's in the middle to Firmino. Firmino into Milner, but it's intercepted by Anthony Gordon. And it's 3-on-2 here. He's got Wilson to his left. And Alisson Maximin to his right. Anthony Gordon into Wilson. Wilson saved by Alisson. And it's Fabinho who comes away with it here. They've had their chances, Newcastle. They've just not put them to bed. Jota now. Back to Milner. Gomez. To Trent Alexander-Arnold. Send that video. Cheers. Digster. Fabinho on the centre circle. Into Milner on the halfway line. Out to Robertson on the left-hand side. 7.5 to go. Milner. Backwards. To Van Dijk. Gomez on the right side. Harvey Elliott into Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's Fabinho on the centre circle. Backwards to Milner. Milner out to the left-hand side towards Robertson. Robertson holds on to it. Into Firmino. Firmino back to Robertson. Jota is free in between the lines if he can find him. He does. He's onside. Gets himself into the box here. Puts the ball back post, but it's overhit. Trent Alexander-Arnold will try and keep the ball under control here. Can't find the ball, but it falls to Fabinho over the top, but it's intercepted. Claims for a handball, nothing given. And it falls to Alisson Maximin. Anthony Gordon's free alongside him, but he drives with the ball. Alisson Maximin, he can't get away from Milner. And it falls to Harvey Elliott. Robertson. Into Firmino. Salah makes a run into the box, but it's over here. Dubravka gathers it in his hands. And Alisson Maximin stayed on the ground here. Dubravka now on this left-hand side into the path of Fabian Schär. Anthony Gordon picking it up deep, and he finds Longstaff. First time into Alisson Maximin, who holds onto the ball. He gets away from Milner on the centre circle. Out to that left-hand side towards Richie, but it's headed away by Salah. Harvey Elliott into Fabinho. Gomez on the ball. Out to Trent Alexander-Arnold on the right side. First time into Salah on the halfway line. Backwards to Fabinho. Fabinho into the path of Gomez. Gomez bringing the ball forward here for Liverpool. Milner backwards to Van Dijk. Robertson backwards to Van Dijk into the path of Milner. Van Dijk on the ball. All the way back to Alisson. He should be man of the match today, Alisson. He's been brilliant. He's saved a couple of chances. He created that opportunity where Nick Pope got sent off. 5 minutes to go. Van Dijk. Robertson. Backwards to Van Dijk here on the right side. I want to learn motion graphics. YouTube is your best friend, Digster. If you want to learn something, search on YouTube. There'll be someone with a tutorial. And you'll learn. Football specifically. Wow. Go for it, man. Sven Botman. Into middle there finds Matt Ritchie. I really enjoy watching Alan Saint-Maximin play. He is very skillful on the ball. The only thing is, I feel like he does that one extra step. He does that one extra step. He goes that one extra bit further, and like it reminds me of Paul Pogba. Gets away from one man, gets away from the second man, but he can't get away from the third man, and that's what everyone focuses on. Alan Saint-Maximin is the same. He gets away from the first man, he dribbles past the second man, and then the third man takes the ball off him, and he loses possession. I want to make shitty Sky Sports graphics. Go for it, Dixter. Go learn. YouTube is your friend. You will learn a lot on YouTube. 86-minute here. Liverpool have a corner down this left-hand side. Andy Robertson to take the corner down this left-hand side. Short to Harvey Elliott, who has time to turn. Left foot into the box. Van Dijk heads it on. It's headed away for another corner down that right side. 87th minute played. Liverpool have a corner down the right side of the pitch. Their next 6 games: Real Madrid, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Manchester United, Bournemouth, Real Madrid again. So a couple of big games there to get themselves back into it. Jota heads it wide from 6 yards out. He had a golden opportunity there to make it 3-0. 88th minute here. Newcastle 0, Liverpool 2. Dubravka with the ball high up into the air, and it falls to Harvey Elliott. He just hits it down the line. His shot is going to get there. Oh, Salah's going to get there ahead of Dan Burn. But Dubravka's there to gather in his hands. And Newcastle restart with Dan Burn down our left-hand side. Holding onto the ball, trying to spin Harvey Elliott. He gets away from him. And he squares it into path of Longstaff. Into Murphy. Murphy turns. Can't get away from Jota, and it's Anthony Gordon on the ball. Into Fabian Schär, who hits it down the line. Murphy can't get there. It's cleared away to Milner. Alan Saint-Maximin applying some pressure. He finds a pass into Jota, who finds Firmino. Returns it to Harvey Elliott on the centre circle. Out to Trent Alexander-Arnold down the right side. Is there another opportunity here for Liverpool? Whips into the box, back post. Jota into Firmino. Couldn't keep it on. Don't mind spoilers, I'm here just to chat. We're always here for a conversation. We're always here for a conversation. Anyone got any plans for tonight? Coming up to the final moments of the game, we are just approaching the evening here in the UK. I'll tell you what my plans are. I have no plans. My wife has left me. She's gone to her sister's for the evening, which means I'm home alone, which means I have to sort my own food out. That's the hardest bit ever, man. Sorting your own food out. Thoughts on the relegation battle? But John, let's get the table here. Let's get the table here. So, as you can see there, the bottom 3 teams in the league: Southampton, Leeds, and West Ham. West Ham have a game in hand which they play tomorrow against Tottenham, and a victory for them tomorrow pushes them up to 15th, which means Bournemouth going to the bottom. I'll be honest with you. Wow, wifey cooks. Wifey cooks in the house. Wifey cooks mainly. I do a bit of cooking as well, but I can't be asked, man. I've done 2 streams today. I'm absolutely shattered. I'll probably just order takeout for tonight. If you go live July 5th, say happy birthday to me. July 5th. That's fine. I can do that. But I don't think there's any football on in July. I'll be honest with you. I might take a break during that period. Nice curry takeout, scuba culture. You know the score. Get a nice curry. We'll see. We'll see. I have no idea. I can't decide. There'll be a Women's World Cup in July, Adam. I'll be honest with you. I'm not being sexist. I'm not being sexist. I just struggle to watch women's football. Do you know when they make a mistake, I just struggle to watch it. It's like I do the same with championship football. That's why I can't watch championship football. A guy at work said to me that why don't you do championship football? Do you know last season I actually actively started watching championship football just because everyone talks about it, the playoffs and everything. Everyone's talking about championship football. It's always on TV. You can do it, and people are like, why don't you stream it? I go, all right, let me get into championship football. Let me understand how it's played. And the amount of mistakes that were being made, and I'm just there like, what is going on? Like, how are you making these mistakes? And yeah, it's on Sky. Yeah, exactly. And I just feel like when I'm watching football where there's shitloads of mistakes, I hate it. And I think that's probably why I watch top tier football, and I only enjoy top tier football because the reason I watch professionals because I want to see the best of the best play football. I don't care about people coming up the leagues. I don't care about people new to the game. I don't care about people getting promoted into the league. Once they get promoted to the Premier League, that's when I'll start making um when they get into the Premier League, that's when I start paying attention to Nottingham Forest. I couldn't care less who they are. Now they sit ninth. They sit 13th in the Premier League. When you get used to the level of the Premier League, it's hard to watch less competitive games. Exactly, scuba culture. Exactly. Not even less competitive, less quality. The quality is not the same, and I just can't do it. I'd rather go watch my little brother like under 10s football. But ladies and gentlemen, it's finished here 2-0 on Cal Sports Football. I appreciate every single one of you that came by. Darwin Nunez puts the Liverpool on the score sheet. Beautiful game in there. Raises stress levels too. You're right. That's scuba culture. Like I said, it's always the hope that kills you. Ladies and gentlemen, I will see you tomorrow where we have Manchester United against Leicester and West Ham against Tottenham. And then we'll be back for next week Champions League football. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, look after yourself. Have a wonderful evening. Take care. And I'll see you next time. Peace.